Don't be giving me that look. You know that. I don't even know why you're wearing that hat, dude. Really. Look, for those of you, and then usually that's not how we start the show, but who gives a shit? For those of you that are only on the audio side, he's wearing a Hurricanes hat, and you know what? I give him props for being a fan, but this is not the time to be a fan. Like I don't. Are you leaving the house with that on, or are you just wearing it for the show, just for the hell of it?
I'm only wearing it for the show. You think I'm gonna wear it? I got a fresh cut, dude. I just got a nice haircut, dude. I'm only wearing it because I've been wearing a different hat every show for the past 19 shows. I feel like.
All right, and if you don't know who that is, by the way, by now, then I don't know what to tell you. So here we go, another episode of My 1 Cent. Everybody, welcome back. Unfortunately, we would have had an episode last week. But we had a little bit of technical issues on my end. Obviously, my equipment is obsolete. But joining me again, Jaywalk. Obviously, you already heard his voice.
What it up? What's good?
What's good is that your team ain't. That's what's good.
I'm
You
not
know
a
whose
year
team is? You know whose team is?
Who's?
And for like I said, this is we have a visual medium going with the YouTube, but that still hasn't really taken off. So unless you're watching the video, you're not gonna know. But if you're listening, I am geared out. I am geared out in my Gator shit. I love it. My Gator polo, my Gator hat. I got my little baby Gator right here, my little Gator head, which gets it's the this is what me and my boy Tony K 2727 on Twitter play for every year because he's a Florida State fan. And fortunately for me, it's been here for the last 2 years. And unfortunately for me, it was with him for like 10, it felt like. So tonight is the Orange Bowl, baby. Oh, yeah. Not a game that I'm too excited about in the sense that, we're playing Virginia. And it's not a national championship game. Which is why I'm not there, actually, because I'm, 15 minutes from where the game is taking place. Now, I was going to go to the tailgate, but it looks like the weather's going to be a real bitch, and I am not in the mood to get wet. So fuck that. I can watch it nice and comfortably from my own home. And now this has been like I said, a national championship. Hell or high water, I would have been there, but not this. And not for them damn prices either, because fuck that. I ain't paying $300 for a Win 11. I love my team and everything, but it's not like I don't live in the same state they play. I'll be able to see them. Not a big fucking deal. Now you, on the other hand,
He just keeps laughing at me.
look, Kawhi's gonna laugh too.
That's very unfortunate
Yes,
for me.
Kawhi thinks it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, well,
Oh my
Kawhi's a fucking
God,
robot.
bro. You guys are a fucking clown show, bro. That is hilarious. You guys lost to Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech.
Yeah.
Who gave Louisiana Tech their first 10-win season? This is their first or second year in the FBS?
Dude, they're on the come up.
You know what I'm glad they didn't do was rush the field. Because I would have felt like you're rushing the field because you beat them. No, bro. You don't rush the field because you beat them. You show them a lack of disrespect or a lack of respect by not rushing the field and letting them know that team is not what they were and they will be ever again. Ever. will never be what they once were. And that's that's the problem with the fans. You guys are still stuck in those, and not necessarily you. I know a few other ones, good, like fucking diehards that are stuck in the past. And we've had this conversation before on here about bringing in old coaches and all that. Get out of that stuff, bro. Look, the other day during the game, I'll let you get your piece. I don't want to overstep it. I'm just going on for my shit because this is hilarious. This is fucking fabulous to me that this is happening because I hate UM.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
What?
Breaking news.
Oh.
Miami Dolphins fire their offensive coordinator, Chad O'Shea, after one season.
What the hell? I just got the same alert. Miami, let's go. Chad O'Shea after whatever. I'm waiting for it to load. Really?
After one season. I don't understand that. Why would they do that? They just put 27 points on the Patriots defense.
Yeah, I heard people talking about that, even football guys on Twitter talking about that the Dolphins put together probably their best offensive game plan of the year. That is weird, dude. Straight up, that is just weird. Look, the Dolphins they did fire him.
They fired him.
Well, on the initial alert, it said the let go, like whatever, like he was moving on. But the Dolphins firing, this is from Armando Salguero right now. It was about 6 minutes ago. The Dolphins firing Chad O'Shea has repercussions in QB room where Josh Rosen has not. Damn, I gotta get glasses. Not gone one NFL season without a new OC. 2 seasons, 4 OCs. For Rosen, including the next one, the Dolphins hire. Yeah, I sound like an idiot reading, but it's like I gotta get glasses. Wow, that doesn't make any sense. I don't think the offense was the problem.
The only reason why I think they would do this is that like they're giving him opportunities to look for coaching jobs, but I don't even think he would even be
But
suitable for it.
but even guys would stay with your current job unless you find something else. Like that was weird. There has to be more to that. Damn, the Dolphins have been in the news today, bro. Xavier Howard now too getting arrested for domestic violence, and now this. Jesus, after such a great win yesterday. Because look, me and him, we've been talking about how we, obviously wanted the season to go a certain way, but after, whatever, the last couple of weeks, we kind of, that went out the window. We know that. And it's been fun. I had fun this season. This was an enjoyable season for me, even though we went 5 or 4 or whatever, 5-11 or whatever the fuck we ended up, or 4-5. What did we go? Yeah,
We
5
had
and 11.
5 wins, 5-11.
5-11. We didn't lose the fifth spot. Okay, whatever. We didn't move up with the other teams losing.
Well, they all lost. Yeah, they all lost. So we wouldn't have moved at all. We would have stayed at 5. So why not?
The Lions. Yep, yeah, you're right. The Lions. Well, the Redskins won.
No, the Redskins lost. New York lost.
Didn't they beat the Cowboys?
Everyone lost. Everyone lost that we needed to win. Lost.
I thought the Redskins beat the Cowboys.
Nope, they got blown out, bro.
What the fuck, bro? What am I looking at then, dude? There was even shit talking yesterday about Garrett. Like, what is this guy waiting for to get rid of him and all this shit? Dude, I could have sworn I heard somebody talk about the Cowboys losing.
No, they won 47-16.
Oh, wow, then I'm an idiot. Really? Holy shit. Okay. Well, all right, then whatever. It doesn't matter anyway because we won. So it really didn't matter. Had we lost and they won, then maybe something would have changed. But even then, I doubt it. We'd all have the same record. And then I guess we have to go, common opponents or worst record?
Strength of schedule is next.
Whatever. Also, strength of schedule will be first?
Yeah.
The first
tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker? Okay. I wasn't sure how the NFL does it for that. For those games, especially two teams in different conferences and shit, because you're obviously talking about draft. You're not talking about playoff position. So, yeah, that sucks. That's negative after such a great day yesterday. And, I was excited with the game. I'm not going to lie. I was like, fuck it, whatever. We lose. But then as we started getting back into the game, we had the lead. And then they came back and then took the lead. And I'm like, But it was just something I'm like, man, we're going to fucking pull this shit off. Man, I'm happy as fuck with our coach, man. I ain't going to lie. I really am happy with this guy, dude. I'm glad we found something from this season.
Dude, he's coach of the year,
Huh?
So I hope he wins coach of the year.
I doubt it.
Bro, they were talking about how
I don't know many 5-win coaches that win coach of the year.
Yeah, but they were everyone was talking about how this is the worst NFL team ever assembled in their life and how this was going to be the historically worst NFL team ever. And he wins 5 games. And he's picking 5th. And there's 4 other teams worse than the Miami Dolphins.
Correct. But you got to look at the other 2 teams that have first-year head coaches that went, double-digit wins, which you're talking about Green Bay and San Francisco.
Okay, but Green Bay
first year, Shanahan's second year, right? That was Shanahan's second year. Shanahan in San Fran. That was his second year. Yeah, I think so. I don't think this was his first year in San Francisco. But it was what's-his-face first year in Green Bay, and he won 12 games or 13 games.
Yeah, wait,
that guy's going to get coach of the year.
Dude, he had a playoff. He got blessed by a playoff team.
Dude, but Aaron Rodgers didn't even play that well this year. So no, they're not gonna give it to a guy for winning 5 games on a shitty team when you have 2 head coaches, one first year, another one second year that took their teams to the number 1 and number 2 seed in the NFC. Ain't gonna happen.
I don't know, man.
At least I'm with you. I don't see he deserves it. He deserves to be even in the voting. He deserves to be number 3 at least right there. If he makes it, if he's in the voting, I'll be happy. I don't, I think it'd be difficult for him to win it, but. So yeah, so we got that going on, and
Chad O'Shea, dude, that's crazy.
What? What'd you say?
I'm just saying the Chad O'Shea situation. Yeah, I'm perplexed right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck. We started talking, and then the alert came in, and I'm like, now I'm just trying to figure out because I had yet to hear any complaints. Other than the normal stuff that people complain about the team, whatever, it's not that good, but I never really heard anything regarding the offense having issues where the coordinator was a problem. I don't know. I mean, I just figured we weren't scoring many points because we didn't have that much talent. I mean, we got rid of guys, and then look, this year finally Parker stepped up after 5 seasons, finally coming into his own. We have our tight end. Finally, he's doing what he's got to do. And it's funny because I'll be happy with Fitzpatrick taking snaps for us next year if we end up taking Tua, which I know is probably what's going to end up happening. At 5, so fuck it. If we keep Fitzpatrick he was fun to watch, man. He was fun to watch play this year. He made the games exciting, even though I knew we weren't going to go anywhere. But dude, we won what? 4 out of the last 5.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think we won
No,
5
5
out
out
of
of
the
the last. No, 5. Yeah,
last 9. Yeah, we're like
9. Yeah.
5-4 in the
Let's
last
say 4 out of
9.
the last 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shit.
Dude, I couldn't even.
Wow.
I don't even know what to think, bro. The offense looked good. I don't. I just.
I don't know. I didn't.
Everyone was
Considering
except
that
for
we got
running
rid.
game.
No. Huh?
I said the only problem our offense had was we had the worst running game in probably a lot. But I mean, you come out
And
and you,
on top of that, we get rid of our number 1 running back. So
yeah,
it got worse. Obviously.
yeah, I don't.
I
Listen,
mean,
man.
well, he wasn't really doing much here anyway. I mean, he's doing a lot better over there. That's for sure. And he's going to be a stud over there in fucking Arizona. That's for sure. But man, this left me a little perplexed. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
Shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, whatever. Let's move on. Because I mean, until we get more answers, we won't know exactly. We can sit here and hypothetically, whatever. What's the word I was looking for? Speculate all we want. Speculate all we want, but until we get some more. Look. Speaking ahead of coaches, looks like Washington's going to hire Riverboat Ron. That might be a good hire, man. I like Ron Rivera. Very quiet guy. You don't hear a lot from him as far as any issues. He was coaching for what, a decade? It feels like a decade in Carolina.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I would never. If they offered me a head coaching job right now and offered me money, I don't think I would take that. That's the worst coaching job in the league by far. Yeah, I would. I don't think any coach wants that job. I mean, if there's no other jobs, you take it, but no one's trying to get those jobs.
No, there's going to be jobs available because I'm hearing the Giants are going to be.
Yeah, Pat Shurmur's gone. Yeah, he already got fired.
The Browns fired Kitchens.
That's a good job.
Well, I mean, it's funny. I watched a
roster.
video the other day about kids who get excited for Christmas when they get sporting goods and stuff and jerseys and shit. And there was this one kid who was wearing a Patrick Mahomes jersey, and then he got a Clippers Kawhi jersey, and people were trashing, calling him bandwagon and all that shit. But the reason I bring this up is because it was a kid who got a Cleveland OBJ jersey, and I'm like, man, I hope they kept that receipt, man, because I hope somebody else kept that receipt, but we'll get into that a little bit later, buddy. Yeah, because that guy's gonna be gone next year, so I don't see why that jersey is gonna be even like. He's a small kid, so he wasn't really like whatever. He was just happy to see a jersey from the Browns, but I don't think he really grasped the whole the way the whole shit works. He's probably not gonna be there next year. And are you? Hold on, because I'm having an issue with my laptop. My laptop just went to a. Oh, there we go. Sorry, went to a blue screen on me, and that freaked me out a little bit. So yeah, but that was hilarious. Yeah, that kid's gonna be like, this jersey's no good anymore. Like me, I have no jerseys left of any players on this team. I'm done with jerseys. I'm done with that. I'm buying me a nice polo for next year.
A nice polo, or you could just get one of those jerseys with no last names on it.
No, those shits are hot. They're heavy already. I'm already fucked. I'm too old for this shit already.
Or just get your.
I'll wear my Gator jersey for Gator games, but I'm not gonna wear any more jerseys for football. Like I said, I'm gonna get me a nice polo, like this nice pimp Gator polo that I'm pimping right now, because we play in T-minus. Let's see, T-minus 2 hours and 50 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
I think we could all agree that anyone would have been. I mean, UF would definitely put a better shot up against Oklahoma than Oklahoma against LSU. That was ridiculous. That was tough to watch.
Yeah, no, that was insane. I did not see a game. I thought the game was gonna be better. I had people here and watching the game. I'm like, man, this game. We were like in the fourth quarter, like beginning of late third, early fourth. I'm like, dude, can we just start another game already, bro? Because it was just like already boring. Like we started okay, whatever, and then he started doing his thing. Man, did he fucking 8? Did I read that right? He threw 8 touchdowns in that game.
No, he threw 7, ran for 1, so he had a total of 8.
That's insane. Somebody tweeted the other day about who was it? I think was it you? No. Somebody tweeted something about the Dolphins and how this my God, the guy for the Dolphins, the writer, oh my God, what's his name? Beasley? Adam Beasley? Yeah, Adam Beasley. Talking about, remember Joe Burrow? This is early in the season or some shit. And yeah, he was talking to Dolphin fans. Keep an eye on this guy. Man, no, don't really matter. He gone. Number one, plain as day. You can't even argue that that he's not the number one pick this year going out. Period.
Yeah, he scares me. I can argue it. I mean, great stats, but a lot of people put up great stats in college. I don't know. He scares me. One hit wonders scare me, man. One hit wonders
That's what
honestly
I
scare
said.
me.
I'm just going off a lot of what I'm getting on online and stuff. And my opinion personally is you're right. I'm with you though. Remember, I seen the kid for 3 years. Played him every year. Last year he was nothing what he is this year. Like I wouldn't. If you told me he was the quarterback for LSU last year when we beat them, I would have been like, okay. I couldn't tell you, bro. Didn't even remember. But obviously, I remember him this year. Obviously, I mean, I still think we could have beat them though. And if we
Listen,
had a
man.
rematch with them in the SEC title game, we would have beat them. But
Did you
that's just me.
see one? He had 7 touchdowns. 5 to 6 of them were wide open. I mean, he had to make the throw, but they were open.
Yeah,
He
I'm glad you said that. At least.
has Joe Brady as an offense coordinator who was an offense coordinator at the Saints. And if you have a Saints offense coordinator come down, it helps a lot. You have a pro style that excels in the NFL. It's going to excel in the NCAA. And you have you have Justin Jefferson, right, who's going to be maybe a first round, second round wide receiver. And then you have that Chase guy who next year is definitely going to be in the first round. It's not like and he is the voted best offensive line in all of college football. So I mean, he has all these things working for him, and it was Oklahoma's defense. I mean, it's a Big Ten defenses, man. They are so bad. They are awful to watch, and it showed. I mean, I don't think they're going to do this against Clemson. There's no way. If they do it against Clemson and he throws 7 touchdowns against Clemson, then all right, I'm on the train.
Then
Joe Burrow.
you're on the train.
Joe. But until then, I mean, shit, man. I
I
mean, he
mean,
has a
look,
lot
you
of factors
can't
in his
argue
way.
what he's done. You can't argue what he's done this year.
That's the thing. Just this year, though.
But all it takes is 1 year technically to get going. I mean, should he have? I would feel better, like in the sense if he had done this for the last 2 years, maybe even 3, the whole time he's been there. But guys, well, look at Jalen Hurts. Come on, bro. He lost his starting job in Alabama, and he had a great year this year. 1 year. That's all it took. 1 year. New team, first start, turned it around. Shit, look at Tannehill, baby. Look at Tannehill, baby. Yeah, you can put the face all you want, bro. Tanny Thrill is in the playoffs, and I'm super happy. My point is, different era, change of scenery. Not that Joe Burrow was a change of scenery, but for Hurts it was, and it worked for him. Joe Burrow, new coach. Coach O will motivate anybody, dude. That guy, as you go Tigers. That guy will motivate anybody, bro. Or I mean, will motivate you enough to you didn't understand what he said, but it just gets you going. You know what I'm saying? Well, Tigers. I can't do it, bro, but he's fucking.
Sounds like he has marbles in his mouth. Like I can't even understand what he's. I hate listening to him.
I love the story. I do love the story. Is interesting. It's cool. He was only the interim or whatever, and he ends up staying. And I think they know they made the right choice by keeping him rather than go out and get somebody else. But it's a good story. I mean, I think it's going to be a good game. The Ohio State Clemson game was good.
Dude,
J.K. Dobbins, baby.
I can't wait to watch Trevor Lawrence again. I mean, when he doesn't do it with his arm, he does it with his legs, and he does it against elite defenses. I mean, oh my God! Did you see that 60-yard run he had? Oh my, bro, he's 6'6", and he was.
We were playing poker at the time, so I was in and out of the game, so I might have missed that one. I think I heard him when the guys were like, "Oh!" But we were playing poker, so I really wasn't paying attention to the game as much as I would have liked.
Bro, right after he got crushed by Ward, I think, and then Ward got ejected. He got crushed. The next play and then the following play, that's when he ran for the 60-yard touchdown. Oh my! He ran away from people at 6'6". They couldn't catch him.
I would love him here, man.
Oh.
I would love. God, if you could just tell me that we're gonna suck again next year, but for sure guaranteed we're gonna get them, then I'm all in, bro. I'm all in.
Let me give you a little thing, all right? Because we still don't know if Tua's coming out in the draft. I mean, he hasn't declared. So if he doesn't come out, the Dolphins are probably not gonna go Justin Herbert. Why are you gonna go Justin Herbert?
No,
There's a lot of other pieces. They could even trade down.
Don't reach. Don't get it crazy. Just because the guy you wanted isn't coming out. Because you could trade down, and you could pick up a Love later on if you wanted to. Bring in a quarterback. Just bring somebody in, though.
Or more assets for next year. I mean, would you be terribly mad if Ryan Fitzpatrick was your quarterback next year?
I'm sorry?
Would you be terribly mad if Fitzpatrick was your quarterback next year?
No, but I want to have somebody there behind him.
Okay, but why not Rosen? You still don't know what Rosen's. You still don't know. Rosen has not
No,
had an
you're right. You're
opportunity.
right. You're
No
right.
offensive line. I mean, we could bolster the whole team. Like I've been saying before, you need to have a base before you build your house. And if Tua is going to be the house, hey, so be it. I'd rather draft Tua and then have him sit out for a whole year. That's what I want. And so he can learn under Ryan Fitzpatrick, get his leadership. Because oh my God, you want to talk about leaders? Ryan
Yeah, I gotta
Fitzpatrick,
give that to him, man. I gotta give
he's
it to
a
him.
everyone loves him, bro.
I feel like these
Everyone.
guys will run through walls for him and shit.
Oh my God,
Honestly,
it's insane. It's
that
insane
guy led the
what he
team in
does.
rushing. That guy led the team in rushing. That old ass nigga led the team in rushing.
Bro,
It's insane.
you see the juke move he put on yesterday?
And he
He
goes head
said,
first too. He reminds me a
"Oh,
lot of Jay Fiedler. I love Jay Fiedler. Jay Fiedler played with. I mean, Ben said he played with a lot of heart, and he really didn't lose any games for you. He just didn't win them either. But dude, he played well yesterday, man, and he gets a fire going, and he makes you excited to watch the games. I'm not gonna lie, he really does.
and he
Fucking,
likes to
you know
throw
what? At
it
the
up,
end of the day, it really is Fitz magic, dude. I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking Fitz magic.
and it's fun to watch." And
It
he trusts
is.
his wide
It
receivers.
is.
Oh my God.
It is.
I
That's
mean,
crazy.
oh God, he just throws it up to Parker, and then Parker's he just excels.
Bro,
He
Parker, man.
Stephen Gilmore was his little bitch the whole game. He
Yeah, Skip
like
Bayless
his
talked
little
about that.
baby,
He tweeted
little
that yesterday.
baby, dude. This guy was supposed to be
Making the best cornerback in the league look like whatever. I forgot what he called him,
the
but
defensive player of the year candidate. People are saying he's going to
yeah.
win defensive player of the year. He puts up 137 yards on 8 catches. He has 1,200 yards on the season,
Let me
9
see.
touchdowns, and he's the 25th highest paid wide receiver next year. Come on, man. Come
Yeah,
on,
well,
man.
then that's a steal then because we signed him for a steal, obviously. So,
You know how much Albert Wilson's making next year?
$6 million, I think it is.
$9 million.
I still think we keep him though.
Devontae Parker makes $1 million more than him.
I still say we keep Albert Wilson because I like his big playability, and you know it adds a wrinkle to the offense. I think that we didn't see this year because he was coming back off the injury. Yeah, you can thumbs down all the hell you want, bro. I don't care. I like the guy. You
Jakeem
were loving
Grant.
that motherfucker too
Oh, yeah.
when he was high fiving Jakeem Grant running down the sideline that last year, the year before. So don't give me that shit.
No, they both need to restructure their contract.
Okay,
Jakeem
fine.
Grant and
I
him for them to stay. Because
don't-
we could get any wide receiver in the draft right now is can do the same thing. Like Jalen Rieger, bro. Do you know who that is?
like
Do
the
you know
kid
who?
from Oklahoma.
No, CD Lamb. No, well, I'm not talking about a first round pick because we would never get CD Lamb.
Saying that, I'm just talking about. Okay, but hold on. Let me ask you something. Let's say two of this has come out.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
We have the number 5 pick.
Okay.
What do you do there then at number 5?
This is the hardest part about.
Why
Like,
not one of these receivers?
yeah, but let me tell you, this is one of the hardest parts about this offseason. Because free agency is before the freaking draft this year. So you don't know, because this is another reason why you could let go of Albert Wilson, because that gives you $9 more million on the cap. You don't know if they're going to sign Byron Jones or offensive lineman or any of you don't know any of this stuff, because if they don't sign Byron Jones, I'm getting that Okuda guy. What's that guy from Ohio State? Jeffrey Okuda, the best corner in NCAA.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that today. There's him or the kid from Clemson. I'm here too.
Yeah, so I would take a corner. If we needed a corner, I would take a corner because we really don't have corner help. I can't have Nick Needham being on the other side, honestly. Or an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman. But I mean, if let's say we pick 18. We pick 5, 18, and 26 right
I
now.
haven't seen it. Well, right now because we don't know what the Texans are going to do yet. As far as
so
the
right now
playoffs,
we're for sure picking 5 and 18.
and 18. Yeah, that for sure.
Okay, so as CeeDee Lamb or Jared Judy falls to you to 18, you got to pick them up no matter what. At that point, you're just going best player available.
Okay, do you think they're going to fall to there?
No
Anyone?
shot. Nope.
Okay, so why even bring that up, nigga? Why even make these all giddy?
You're
5, I get it.
Wide receivers. Now,
What?
if Jalen Rieger, okay, I don't know if you know who Jalen Rieger is. Let me explain Jalen Rieger. Fastest player in college football. Okay, he plays for TCU. Probably run in the 4.2s in the combine. And
How big is
he's 5'11", 195 pounds.
he? Oh, another damn Jakeem Grant.
Oh no, he's 5'11". Jakeem Grant's 5'6". Albert
You know
Wilson's
what
probably
You know what
5'10".
I'm saying?
Listen, bro. That's what I'm saying. If you could draft him in the second round and get
Oh,
rid
okay,
of
yeah,
Wilson
that's
for
different.
$9 million
I'm not there talking first round stuff. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm not taking a 5'11" wide receiver because he runs. Look, that guy that broke the record at the combine. Where's he at? So
John Ross.
Yeah.
John Ross destroyed us. Talking about John Ross, because he destroyed us last week at Miami. He was the one catching all those balls that we were rooting for. Surprisingly, when we were rooting for them.
Dude, that was so much fun, bro. We were the only ones I think we're the only ones in the crowd actually jumping up and down when what looked like we were gonna lose, but you know,
Dude,
it happened.
I've been doing a lot of like pre-scouting for later round draft picks for the Dolphins because I feel like the first 3 picks are going to be the same. You're going to go if Tua comes out, you're going Tua, offensive lineman, defensive lineman. There's no which way about it. Those are your first 3 picks.
That's why I bring you on the show, sir.
Now picking in the later rounds, let's say second, third round pick, you could pick up like a J.K. Dobbins or Etienne from Clemson, right? You pick them up in the second round. Like in the later rounds, right? Like in the 6th, 7th round, there's a guy named Siwu Olonilua.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah. He's 6'4", right? 6'4", 6'3", 240 pounds as a running back. Now, you want to talk about having a 1-2 punch? You could have, your J.K. Dobbins or your Travis Etienne being your every down back. But at the end of games when we're crushing people by 35 points next year, you need a bruiser like a Derrick Henry. Which Derrick Henry is a free agent.
We got Balaj.
Balaj, who averages 1.4 yards a carry.
Because he was this year's – look, don't act like this year's situation with our offensive line, our running game wasn't, just a down year overall. So let us fix the offensive line, and a guy like that could be that guy. Bro, why not use that pick on something more needy than a guy that is exactly the same thing we already have on our team? And he's not going to be the number 1 back. And our offensive line issues are going to get resolved, hopefully. So it won't be the same as this year. You can't judge none of these guys this year, man.
No, Balaj is terrible. He is the worst running back I think I've ever seen in my life. He drops passes, he can't block, and he can't run. And he's a big back that can't break tackles. He's the only person I feel like
breaking tackles when the first year he was here. We were all going, this guy is going to be. Didn't you call him the starter? Didn't you say he was going to be the starter
in preseason? But then I saw him in the regular season, and he was awful. When he played against first stringers, trash. Listen, last year he averaged I think 5 yards a carry, but one of those carries was a 75-yard touchdown. If you take that away, it's about 3.2 yards a carry. If you can't be a running back in the NFL if you can't average more than like 4 yards. It's absurd. It's absurd. He's terrible. He's awful.
But understand, dude, this year you can't judge any of these guys, bro. None of them. Because last year he was playing fine. This year he struggled like all the other guys.
Last year he was playing terrible too. He had one good game against the Vikings. One good game. This year was supposed to be a prove-it year. This year was supposed to be a prove-it year for every single player on the team.
No, what? This is insane. Okay, hold on. Also, they let go safeties coach Tony Oden and have moved on from offensive line coach Dave. I don't even want to try to say that guy's name. What the hell?
Well, obviously they thought offense was a problem. Well, offensive line needed to go. Jesus Christ, offensive line needed to go.
Okay, but man.
Safety coach needed to go. They were awful this year, too.
Well, didn't you say that you were happy that they moved Rowe to safety? Because he had that pick 6, baby.
Yeah, Rowe deserved it. Rowe was a terrible corner. I'll say this again. Rowe was an awful corner. But that position change really helped him out. But Colbert, every other freaking safety was awful. Even when Bobby McCain was there, was terrible. I can't have him as
not a fan of McCain. Never was a fan of Bobby McCain, and he stuck around forever. Let me ask you, because I may be missing something. Where's Rashad Jones?
Injured.
Did he get hurt?
IR. We have the second most players on IR in the league.
Jesus Christ, bro! I didn't even notice.
Yeah, McMillan IR, Xavier Howard IR.
Is that the second time McMillan gets hurt?
No, well, these aren't serious injuries. These are just injuries that like I bruised my pinky. I'm going to be on IR so they can have.
Well, I know there's guys towards the end of the year when they're hurt, they'll put them on IR and just say fuck it, especially for us that we're not going anywhere. But I don't know. I just thought about him now. I'm like, damn, I don't remember seeing number 20 out there, hitting motherfuckers. But
I have a funny stat for you. Are you ready?
Here we go. Funny stat time here. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll play a little something in the background for you. Go ahead. All
right. So while I was talking to my dad, we talk about the Dolphins frequently. And we were going through like stats, seeing about Devontae Parker being now the 6th time, like he's number 6 all time in Dolphins for single season receiving yards at 1,202. Congratulations, you're top 10, you're top 7. So we were like, okay, let's look at tackles in a season or tackles in a career for the Miami Dolphins. You had Zach Thomas at over 1,000 tackles, right? He had about like 1,050, 1,100. The next highest person in Dolphins history is Rashad Jones with 580.
Oh, dang. That's a big gap.
That is
That is
a
huge.
massive gap. Imagine that.
And let me just, because we had a little bit of a breakdown with the audio for a second. So what he was telling us is that Zach Thomas had over 1,000 tackles, and the next guy on the list for the Dolphins is Rashad Jones at what, 5-something?
580.
That is insane. That is such a huge gap. Wow.
And you're telling me that he's a semifinalist?
That's why I hate. We talked about this the other day. I hate that they're even announcing semifinals. Just give me the goddamn finalists, bro, and that's it. And he better be on that fucking list. That's all I'm saying. That motherfucker deserves to be in the fucking Hall of Fame. Don't give me that shit. That little motherfucker was all over the place, bro. Love that guy. And the only problem is that he played in an era with another great linebacker, and that was Brian Urlacher. So,
which he had better stats than Brian Urlacher.
I know that. Hey, I'm not gonna do this with you again. We did this last time. We talked about this. I'm just saying that overshadowed him. It did. Let's be realistic. It did. I mean, Urlacher, they always said Urlacher. Thomas was over there, but he didn't care, bro. He was a dude. I remember that Tennessee game where he caught the interception, ran it back, and then he did the flip in the end zone. That's just classic. I love that shit. That was a Monday night game too. I remember that shit.
Zach Thomas is such a middle linebacker. If you think of middle linebacker, you think of Zach Thomas. Like who he would look like. He had a square head. He had a square body. He just looked like a linebacker. He just.
It's just like this little. He looked like a human-sized version of what an action figure linebacker would look like. Just all squared out and shit, but like big arms and big little legs and shit. Just like, because bro, that guy on the field, he ran funny. He always made me laugh. He ran funny because he had these huge arms, but they were short. So it was just like, I don't know. He was great, bro. Him and the combination of him and Taylor was something to always remember.
Taylor was in the 400s, by the way, and he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but he's also a defensive end. They're not tackling machines. Shit. Do defensive ends even get 50 tackles a year?
Probably not. No.
Yeah,
do you know who? All right. If I tell you Jason Taylor is the first sack leader of Dolphin all time, who would be the second?
Say that again. Sorry.
Okay, so Jason Taylor leads the Miami Dolphins in sacks in career. Who would be number 2?
Ooh, that's a good one. Trivia time. Shit. Oh man, Now we're talking overall, right? Not like for a season, right? Not one season.
No, it's career.
Okay. Because one season, I think what's his face had a hell of a year. Trace Armstrong one year. Oh my God, dude. I'm gonna have to go back into the old school guys. Bonacani or Manny Fernandez or like I'm going back because I'm maybe one of the killer bees. I don't know. I really don't. You got to tell me. I give up.
Mr. Cameron Wake himself.
I wasn't thinking of him because he wasn't here as long, but damn, he put up the numbers then. Nice.
90, I think he had like 90 something. You like what I did there?
Did he stay healthy all year in Tennessee?
No, I think he's injured right now, unfortunately. Okay. I would love to see him sack Tom Brady over and over and over and over again next week. That would be.
I would love. Oh my God, I would love to see Tannehill go into New England and win that game. Oh, bro,
dude, that's gonna be great. I mean, shit, anyone against New England at this point.
No, but I want him to do it. I want him to do it. Look, I understand he wasn't gonna. Look, Don't get me wrong. He's not like playing out of this world or nothing like that. Let's be real. He's putting up good numbers, good accuracy numbers, but he would have never done any of that here. Not with the regime and the coaches he had at the time. I would have liked to have seen him with Flores, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think he could have gotten out of him what maybe, what they're getting out of him now. But I'm excited for him. I really am. You know me, and I've always been a fan, and I'm still a fan of his. And I am just super excited that he's playing well and he's in the playoffs. Finally, he's in the playoffs. Yeah, it sucks that his first playoff game is going to be against New England, but doesn't mean he can't go. Look, they're vulnerable this year, so they can be beat. They can be beat. So
I'm gonna do you one better. The Patriots are done. The Dolphins just ended the Patriots right then and there yesterday. 27-24, Tom Brady's last win in Foxborough. Gillette Stadium. Count it. Put me on the record. He's
well,
done.
we
He's
always
gone.
play them well over there. We always play them well. Though I
No,
was
but
telling a friend of mine yesterday. He's like, "Hey, bro," because I'm like, "This was huge," and he's like, "Nah, we go up there. We win most of those. We won. I think he sent me a stat actually. Here, I even pulled it up really quick. But what I'm saying, he was playing it down like it wasn't that big a deal, and I'm like, listen, we've always gone up there with them already having, there's playoff. Oh shit, where's fucking Mondays, man? They were already in the playoffs, and most of the time they already had the number one seed already locked up for the most part. So, we beat them because we beat them, and we always play them well. But this time, to me, this one was different. I thought. I felt like they had to go out. They had to win that game yesterday. They didn't. They don't want to be on the road. They haven't been. They haven't. First of all, they haven't played in a wild card game since like 2011, and I think they haven't gone on the road since what 2010 or played a wild card game 2010, some shit like that. Or on the road. No, they're not on the road. They're at home. But the stat was fast. Point is, since 2010 or 11, they haven't been in this position, and that's insane to think about that. Okay, here we go. Dolphins have beaten the Patriots 7 times in the last 11 years in games played in either December or January. Now, he didn't put home games, but yeah, we always play them well at the end of the season. But I feel like I said, I feel like yesterday was just different. Yesterday was just different. They needed to win that game and they couldn't, and we beat them.
they're done.
Straight up,
They're actually done.
we fucking beat them.
Tom Brady. This is how I know they're done. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
So they scored the field goal right to tie it 10-10. They kicked the ball off. We go 3-0. We punt the ball to them with about a minute and 30 seconds with them having timeouts. They took the ball into halftime. When wouldn't a Bill Belichick team try to step on your throat with all their momentum? He did not trust Tom Brady to go down the field and score him points. Like, when was the last time you could ever remember?
I didn't really get that. I thought that because see when they're in those situations and they're going on the field, I always feel like it's gonna happen. Like they're gonna do it. And I didn't really get that at all. I mean, yeah, he's not the same. I noticed that on one of the throws he made on the last drive. It just didn't look like a Tom Brady throw. You know what I mean? It didn't look. What's that, babe? Oh, it's a party light. You ready for that Super Bowl party, boy? That Super Bowl party gonna be off the chain. Well, hold on. Yeah, it just didn't. They didn't. It just. Yeah. Yeah. I picked it up, but I didn't. Like it looked. He didn't look the same. Especially on that throw, man. That throw didn't feel. I even looked like, was that Brady who made that throw? It just didn't. I mean, he's 40. What is he? 40? 41 or whatever? 43?
Listen, Victor, I'm going to say he's as over as season 2 of.
Oh, you're waiting for me? I thought you were going to do it.
I forgot the name for Temptation Island. That's
what oh,
was stuck on my tongue.
It's all right, bro. It's all good, bro. You know what? It's okay.
Oh,
because that show would have rocked anybody's brain, bro. Wow, that was I mean, we could talk. Well, we will. We have a few minutes left. We're winding down. The final episode was obviously fabulous, and Casey, and I hope he keeps that receipt, bro, because she said no, motherfucker.
My baby.
I want you to be my baby. And he's the worst crier ever. He's like, I mean, I've never seen somebody so ugly at crying, dude. I really don't. And then you had obviously we didn't, the one couple that I thought wasn't going to make it out of this at the beginning ends up making it, at least leaving the island together.
Yeah, they left the island
together. Our boy Rick, a.k.a. Roy the doppelganger, and he ends up leaving with her. But now, go ahead and fast forward. Well, look, let's recap real quick. Kate and David, that guy's a whore, and she called him out on national TV. Obviously, Casey's a little bitch with his crying shit, and he kept his ring. She didn't want it. She said no. In fact, she got pissed off. What are we looking at? Rick and Ashley, they go home together. She gets the captain's dick, and he gets what's her face, Medina, and they both do their thing. They go home together. And then who am I missing, bro?
Gavin
Jesus.
and
Gavin and whatever her name is. You know her name, babe. Sonica, yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't know what to think about them really because she did good. She was very respectful, and so was he. They both
She
were.
had sex with Jit, bro. What do you mean?
On at the end though, at the end already, and he had already sucked on some toes and shit. Not really
Okay,
bad
you're
on
comparing
dick,
sucking
but
toes on having sex?
just saying though, I thought for the most part, they maintained themselves pretty well. So now let's jump into the. They don't go home together. She goes home with I forget his name.
No, she went home by herself. But no, she did
Oh
go out with him.
no,
She did
she
go
went
home.
home with Buddy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kate went home alone after calling
Ashley
him.
went home with Jit too.
Ashley went home with Ben. Ben. And what's her face? What's his face left with Tanita? That name is hilarious. Tanita. She looked good though. She looked good. She had a nice ass too. She had a nice booty. When he was rubbing, they showed the video and the thing when he was rubbing her booty and. And then let's go and let's jump into the what is the reunion show? You know what's funny? For the first season, there was no reunion show. They didn't do a reunion show for season 1.
Because
And
now it's popular.
I'm glad because the people from season 1 were a lot classier, man. This one was a lot more ratchet this season.
Love that.
They did bring on two couples from season 1, which is awesome because they're my favorite, Morgan and Evan. They met on the show and they're getting married. It's fucking a freaking fairy tale, bro. It's fucking awesome. And then a couple that me and my girl thought were actually not gonna make it through the first season. They got stronger as the thing went on. I mean, he didn't do nothing, she didn't do nothing, and they're getting married too, and they have a podcast too. Everybody got a goddamn podcast. Jesus Christ. And so, update time. You wanna update us on Rick and Ashley?
Oh yeah, they're done. They're done. He's with what is her name? Medina.
Medina, yeah, I showed
were
you the
making
video
out on
of
Twitter.
her licking his ear and shit. Yeah.
Yes, he pulled. Hey, smart man, bro. Because I would never have left the island with the "I'm the captain now" bitch, bro.
No,
And you
I
know
would've
what?
never
Shout out
left.
to Rick, bro, because he tried to big brother him, bro, and he shut that shit down real fast.
Yeah,
Shut
Captain
that
tried to
shit
get
down
slick out the
real-
mind. He's like, yo, man, nah, man, we good. I'm good.
Ain't shit.
And he left with his girl. He left with the girl he wanted to do. She's way better than Ashley
Oh, fast.
physically, and I thought she was a lot cooler. And then obviously I'm disappointed that Ben and the other Ashley aren't together.
He left
That's
her.
disappointing, man. I know he let. Well, apparently she hung out for a couple days, and then he went camping with a bunch of other girls or something. She said, or it's funny how the stories always are different. The girl says one thing, the guy says she's like, oh, he didn't call me for 3 days or something. He's like, what are you talking about? We hung out for 3 days. It's so stupid. But I'm very disappointed. I really thought that they had something going there.
And then Tanita outed David. Oh,
Yes.
you used me for clout. I said, oh.
He wanted to be a model and an actor. But he's with Kate though. They're together, back together. They're trying to work on it from what I picked up.
Oh my gosh, she has
Yeah.
she has genes. I need to hit her up, bro, because she that old and she look like that. God.
Yeah, she's the oldest one there, and I thought she got her boobs done because I'm like, man, those things look huge. I don't remember them being that big.
They look good.
And Dawn was like, man, you tried. Dawn. I was like, nah, man. She apologized to him at least because she fucking ghosted his ass. That's fucked up.
he said if she's still with him, I want daughter. I said,
Oh my
damn,
God,
that's
bro.
fact. That is
I can't
big
wait
facts.
to see what season 3 brings now. I hope they have another. This thing, they can do this for 10 years, 15 years, bro. They can do this show, man.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it might break up your marriage or no, not your marriage because you actually cannot go on. You have to be boyfriend, girlfriend. No married. They don't allow married couples to go on the show. And we're down to a minute. So, in closing, we gave you guys the updates of the Temptation Island, which was fabulous. Obviously, bowl season is on right now. I'm waiting patiently for my Gators to take the field in a few hours. The Hurricanes suck. That hasn't changed. Dolphins beat the Patriots in a great game. We picked number 5. And who knows what the fuck's going to happen there. And we're not even going to talk Panthers because I don't know if he's in the mood, man. But
Bro, they're
on
good.
the way out there,
They're
man.
back. The Panthers are
Oh,
back.
they're back? Oh, the Panthers
The
are back?
Heat are back. The Heat are way back.
The Heat. Yeah, the Heat.
Hey, listen,
But it
bro.
is probably the last show of 2019. And 20 seconds to go in it. I want to come out clean with you guys to end the season, to end the year. And so happy New Year from the My One Cent podcast. And we'll talk to you next year.
Fins up, baby.
Fins up. That's next year, man.
I don't care.
God damn it.